Week 7, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Week 7. Time really flies when you're having fun. For these two teams, though, that are going to kick off Week 7 for us on Thursday Night Football, they did not have fun last week. And it's on us to help America decide who gets to have fun yet again. Welcome back, or welcome to America Sports. We are here to preview and predict Week 7's Denver Broncos at the New Orleans Saints, giving you all the most important information, stats, and data before everyone else. And more times than not, we get it right. For the year, in covering these primetime games, I have an overall 13-2 straight-up record. I am 10-5 against the spread, and against the over-under, I am 12-3. All right, now let's get into it. The 3-3 Denver Broncos travel to New Orleans to take on the 2-4 Saints. The Saints are home underdogs at 2.5 given, with an over-under at sitting at just 37.5. That's low, and you know what? I might still go under. It's even lower at some places. At some places, it's sitting at 36.5. First off, with our weather report, it's going to be about 60 degrees. Also looks to be not a cloud in the sky with no rain. The Broncos have been pretty good against the spread, especially lately. They're 4-2 overall against the spread, while the Saints are sitting at 500. The Saints and the Broncos have played each other 12 times, and the Broncos have won 9 of those all time. However, the last time they played was in 2020, and the Saints kicked their ass. And so far, as I've been recording this, the majority of the money is on the home team in New Orleans, especially since they're getting points. And I get it. Home team on Thursday night on a short week. Home teams on Thursday Night Football are just 3-3, so the road teams have the same record. So let's start with the home team. The Saints kicked so much ass over the first 2 weeks that they are still a plus 20 in point differential. We obviously know, though, that the point differential is lying to us in the case of New Orleans, because that is not who they have been here over the last month. Granted, they did lose their starting quarterback, but I kind of like this Spencer Rattler kid. I don't know if I like him going against Denver, though. The Saints have some absolute playmakers on both sides of the ball. Alvin Kamara is doing his thing yet again. 6 rushing touchdowns to go with the receiving touchdown. But as a team, these trends are starting to worry me. Technically, they still have a top 5 scoring offense, getting almost 28 points per game, but since those first 2 weeks, they're averaging just 19 points per game. And while I can almost guarantee you that Denver's not about to put up 50-plus points on New Orleans, it's still sounding off the alarm bells. Now, as for Denver, they did lose their last game, but they have played much better over this last month. They've won 3 of their last 4. To me, Bo Nix already looks a lot better than he did at the start of the year. But yo, there's another game where Bo Nix literally passed for 60 passing yards and won the game. Granted, it was 10-9 against the Jets, but a win is a win, right? That means Bo Nix literally ran for more in this last game than he passed for yards against the Jets. What I really love is Denver's defense. They're top 5 in points allowed at 16 points per game. Every team ahead of them has a winning record. Now, I will say, Surtain got a concussion in that Chargers game. Denver's defense looked completely different without him out there. But the fact that Surtain got a concussion and now he's on a short week on Thursday, traditionally, that's not good in terms of him playing. And I do think Sutton makes that much of a difference, even though the rest of Denver's defense is good too. So let's hit up that injury report and see what's going on for the both.
Injury report.
We start with the home team here, and yeah, there's a lot of injuries to deal with for New Orleans. On the offensive line, we got 2 linemen that are questionable, one of them being the center and Patrick, and the other one is Ruiz. They've got 3 wide receivers that are hurt and questionable. One of them is Olave, and he is also dealing with a concussion. I would say that it's likely Olave does not play. Look for Bub Means, especially knowing now that the Saints have already ruled Shaheed out. That's big time. On defense, we've got Taylor, we've got Pete Warner, and we got Nate Shepard, and a lot of guys on the second team that are either already out or they are questionable. Defensive end Peyton Turner being one of those guys who has a sack on the year. Now, as for Denver's injury report, other than Surtain, it looks pretty damn good. This is about as good as you're going to see in the middle of an NFL season for a team, even though obviously they missed Alex Singleton. They do got one lineman that is questionable who I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I'm not even going to act like I know how to say it. But I think he's going to play anyway.
Game props.
Alvin Kamara, who we covered just a few minutes ago, is the only one in the negatives for an anytime touchdown at minus 105. But I'm telling you what, man, I don't hate the Bub Means anytime touchdown, especially if Surtain does not play. For the passing yard props, we're looking at Bo Nix at 187.5, and Spencer Rattler is at 182.5, at least right now. Now, Bo Nix averages less than that. He averages about 181 passing yards per game. But keep in mind that Nix has gone over this number in the last 2 games, and he has 4 times this season out of the 6 games played. Also, keep in mind that in the middle of recording this jumped up another 4 yards. I'm not saying to do that. I think this is very close. I do think they are a run-first team, and that's just the way it is. But I don't expect a ton of points here, and I don't expect Denver to be down a lot in this game, maybe just early. So these are 2 that I would just stay away from. These are rookies. Anything could happen in this game, or a whole lot of nothing could happen. And for Rattler, we just don't know at all. And then he is at home, but the Saints are 1-2 at home so far, playing against a Denver team that doesn't allow many points at all. They're going to go to Kamara a lot. For rushing props, we got a couple of good wins here. First of all, I kind of like Bo Nix over 24.5. We do know he is going to run, and that is a guarantee. He's going to run it 5, 6, 7, 8 times a game. Kamara is sitting at 70.5, and while they are going to run it with him a lot, they're also going to target him a lot. When it comes to receiving, there's not a lot that I like here. This is going to be one of those old-fashioned slow games. Now, they are going to pass the ball too. But I like Courtland Sutton over 3.5 catches. And what's kind of fucked up here is there's nothing for Bub Means other than an anytime touchdown. I don't like that at all. You guys need to fix this. Since I don't have anything for that, I can't tell you to go for anything. But if it's just that 2.5 catches, I would say definitely go for that. That he's definitely going to get that. I think Spencer and Means have a little bit of a connection going, and I think Spencer is comfortable with him. And also Javonte Williams over 17.5 receiving yards. Love that one. The fact that I don't think Surtain is going to play makes this one so much harder. The Saints are trying to really keep their season alive. If Surtain was playing, I'd go ahead and tell you that Denver is going to win right now. Where New Orleans does have them, though, is in the turnover differential. They are a +3, while Denver is a -1. You gotta take care of those giveaways, Denver. But no, New Orleans is very good at picking you off. They've got 10 interceptions through this first month and a half. So you could say Bo Nix might be due to throw a pick here. However, I think Denver is built to stop this team. Still, though, they only average less than 19 points per game through the first month and a half, and that is almost 10 points less than New Orleans averages, even though I told you those numbers are a little bit skewed. Both these teams definitely want to get back into the win column, though, and these rookies are definitely going to want to go at each other. But I just don't see there being too much action, at least in terms of touchdowns. But I am going with the Broncos. That's tough for the cover because it's going to be so close and it's going to be low scoring of a game. Give it to me. I'm going to say that they do cover. Even though the over-under total is very low, I'm still going under in this one. As you might have been able to guess if you've been watching me for some time now, I think I've only gone over once or twice, and both of those times did hit. But I'm just telling you, I go under a lot because there's a reason. The under is king on prime time until proven otherwise. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Good luck this week, and you'll see me in the next one.